Well, today we're just going to do a little hive check. I want to find out where my super, or where my bees are at here on the farm as it relates to honey. On 5 of these hives, I pulled honey and extracted not too long ago, and I put just empty supers on that they'd drawn. But I've got several hives that were in process. I really need to take an examination of where that's all at. I'm going to be taking off on a little vacation next week for about 2.5 weeks. So I really want to make sure that the bees are in shape for that to happen. So we're going to just make some things happen here. I'm going to get the smoker going, get the chickens to calm down a little bit. I'm not completely sure I'm going to need the smoker, but you know, it's one of those things I'd rather have and not need versus need and not have. Just always a good practice, especially since in the last 7 days, let me think, started 5th of July, 4th of July, we've had 10 inches of rain. That's a lot of rain, and that means bees cooped up. I'm seeing lots of bees flying, and they're not flying like they're going on cleansing flights. They're flying like they are foraging. So I think we could be into another flow here. I'm hoping. We will certainly see. Anyway, I'm gonna get this smoker going here. Still got a bit of burlap left from the last time. I think that's probably enough to get things going. I think we're gonna get rid of whatever that was. I can still use that. Let's dump out. Whoa, that's a mess. Let's get rid of that. Let's just get rid of everything here. So I like burlap. The thing I've discovered is I should have cleaned my smoker before I originally did that. But get this old piece here, this old piece here. I'm gonna light them up. Another small piece. That's a little bigger than I want. I guess they're the same size. Let's get my hive tool. I'm gonna end up hurting myself here. I gotta come up with a better system. This is a mess. I know, it's been a mess for going on 10 years, Dave. But hey, it's my mess. There we go, that's the flame I want. I don't know if I've ever talked about these gloves, but I love them because it's as close as I can get to working without gloves, which I don't like to do. But the problem is when you work without gloves, you also tend to get everything really, really dirty. And your hands are sticky, which means your car is sticky. And I don't particularly like to deal with the sticky. And then if I've got a hive I feel like, I could have an issue with, which I haven't, but thank goodness, I then have the opportunity to switch gloves to make sure that I'm not dealing with spreading a disease. Okay, we're gonna put that in the shade, a la agua, in the shade as well. I'm gonna close this up, put on my veil. Okay, let's make this happen. Well, I actually think I'm going to start by pulling these weeds from the front of the hive. Just so they're not having to deal with that as much. I think we're okay. Okie doke. Another good reason to wear the gloves. I am also going to put my trays back in. 1, 2, 3. That'll work. Set those there. My hands are a mess. Okay. Let's see what you girls got going on. Lots and lots and lots of bees, and not a lot of hive beetles. Look at that. gone. Boy, they got this glued down. I'm not seeing a lot of honey in this one. Well, I guess I'm wrong. Well, we got lots of honey. This frame's drawn completely out. You can see that all the way down here. They're not working on this, so let's pull this out real quick. Take a peek. I put new frames in just to get them to build some wax, and yeah, that's not happening. I don't know what's going on there. I think I'm just going to move these frames over and see if I can get them to build. I'm not too tickled with that, but you know what? We might not have a lot of wax builders right now. Queen could have laid off a little bit. Look at how much that's drawn out. I can't even get that over to the side. So I'm going to switcheroo these frames. I'm going to put these to the outside. They're already full. Look at that. That's pretty. You need a little more space. So I'm going to take you out. I'm going to put you guys here in the middle. See if I can get you to draw those frames out. Okay, so I'm going to move this frame. I'm going to move that frame there. I'm going to pull this frame out and just move everything over. And it is okay to move frames in honey supers. Okay, the bees don't care, and it doesn't make a difference to the hive. Where it makes a difference to a hive is if you are moving frames in the brood chamber. You can't move them to different locations. They all have to stay in the same location. That's imperative because of the way that they built everything else out. Up in the supers, it doesn't matter. So I'm switching these around. I'm going to see if I can get them to build out these others. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 full drawn. I'm kind of working on this one, but I'm not going to even mess with that. So 5 full drawn on that and running them as a double this winter, so they're going to be fine. Look at this. Look at that. Oh, gone. They're the bane. I don't see a lot, but so far so good. Okay, you girls get off of there. Okay, we're moving to Hive 2. But I forgot to do what I'm supposed to not forget to do. And that's do a better job at telling myself what's going on inside this hive. So today is 7, 10, and there were, what did I say, 5 full frames. Okay, goes on the back. I will get the tape out for this one so I don't forget. And while I'm at it, let's go down here too. I am going to put my pen back in my sleeve. I'm just going to slide this in here. I'm going to close these back off, and our heat's kind of over. I think I'd rather give the bees the opportunity to regulate their own humidity, regulate their own heat, which also hopefully regulates the amount of issues we have with varroa mite. Okay, let's hop here in the Hive 2. I don't think I'm going to need that much smoke in these guys. Let's move pretty quick here. That is great news. So I've got a full super here. That'll give us something to work on. So we're going to go take that. That's great news. Okay, Hive 2, 11, 10, full soup, need soup. Moving on to Hive 3 here. Let's see what we got. And lots and lots of bees and 3 dead hive beetles. Okay, I put a beetle trap in this one. That's quite a few, but it's not bad. I mean, I've seen infestations that just have taken a whole lot of work to get rid of, and you still have issues. Set this over here. Okay, they're working it. Let's take a look here. I know the super below is full, so I'm not even going down that far. I'm kind of curious to see. Yeah, okay. So it's full of nectar, so yeah, they're doing really well. And it looks like we got a full super. So I think as this flow continues a little bit, they may fill this up. I may get another 60 pounds off of these guys. And again, I'm running double on them, so they're going to have tons of resources through the winter. 7, 10, tops up, full, uncapped. Okay, let's move on. Okay, let's see what Hive 6 has in store for us. I don't really even need that. They're all pretty calm. This is why I have a million Hive tools, is because I leave them everywhere. And we've got a full super. Okay, so I'm gonna have to put a third super on this. That's really pretty good news. Okay, girls, good job. Let's slide this back on. So, 710, full, needs sub. I was gonna dive deep into this and check out the Propola, see how they're doing, but it's a little hot today, and I'm really not feeling that. We will do that another day, maybe. That will be a completely separate video. I've got a feeling, though, that these girls are filling. Okay, so we got bees on 10 frames, so they are going to need nothing. But 10 full uncapped, it means by the time we're ready to extract again, they're going to be there, and we should be in the dearth. And I can pull all supers on this and get these guys going for the winter. Okay, next one around. These were, if you go back to my unpredictable behavior of bees video about a month or two ago, I can't remember how long. Holy macanoli, they lit me up. And I think I just caught them, they were queenless, or they were any number of reasons, but it wasn't pretty. So let's take a peek here, because I know I put 2 empty supers on here. But if they're up here working, then they are, let's take a peek here, one of these, see what we got going. Okay, I can see below that they are drawn. This has got lots and lots. Nothing's coming out of it. They're actually capping on this side. Okay, wow. These hives are producing this year. So I'm assuming that the one below, because it looked capped, is. So we're looking at, again, 10 full. Just need to be capped. Look at this. God, I get pleasure out of that. Okay, it's like broken record. 710, top 10 uncapped. Okay, we go on these guys. Okay, this was a hive I put a super on. Let's see, 625. So they've only had 3 weeks to work on this, and it was mostly new comb that they had to build. But let's take a peek and see how they're doing. Other than building wanky comb everywhere, they're doing pretty darn good. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frames full. This frame, and these 2 frames are full. Those are capped, and they're still working on building this. You can see down in here a little bit, hopefully, that they're building wax on these new frames. I think we just don't have as many wax builders right now. So we got a ton of wax up here, though, which I should probably take off, but I don't want to deal with the bees right now. They'll be okay. If they need that wax, they'll pull it, and we'll get rid of that. We just shove it in there. They chew it down and move it. So I had 7 full, 3 undrawn. Be curious to see how they do this year. Okay, next one up. So on this one, what happened was I put the second super on here on 623. But I didn't pull this super and extract it because it was full, but it wasn't capped. And it wasn't capped enough that I felt comfortable, but they did need the room to put the other super on it, so I'd be kind of curious. I know the bottom one is full and capped at this point, because that would just be a matter of time. But by the looks of the number of bees up here, we have a lot going on. Okay, so they're working that, they're drawing. They're not drawing these over here. Probably won't this year. You know, we'll see where they get with this. But they're all over this, which means they're filling this. And if they need more space, they'll just send wax builders up and they'll do their thing. Okay, so I've basically got 3 full on this. They're drawing 7, 10. They're drawing 3. Everything that day down is undrawn. It'll tell me everything I need to know. Okay. And last but not least, it's hive number 1. My slowest go this year, my smallest swarm. I didn't even think you had a queen, but let's see where you're at. It's just a hunk of concrete. Okay. So they are pretty much fully drawn. I want to pull this frame right here to give me an idea of where they're at, because this would be all honey, theoretically. These guys came along pretty good. I'm pretty happy. I didn't think they were going to make it. About giving up on them, which I shouldn't do, but I mean, when they were small, there was no queen to be found. But now, we not only have a queen, we got lots and lots and lots of brood. So that's good. Okay, well, let's just put them back in, looking for a queen. That's just a healthy, happy hive. Okay, so you guys could probably use a super, because you got that many bees being born, and I think we still have a bit of flow to go. Gone. Last one, 7, 10, needs a super. Well, there we have it. Okay, things are looking good. Now we're just going to go back through and we're going to add up what we need, and I think we're going to be good to go. I'm just going to do a quick check and determine how many supers we need to bring out here. I got 1, 2 supers needed, 3 supers needed. Pretty good. Let's pick up our stuff. Let's get out of here. We're going to do the same thing at home, see what we got going, and I may need to go buy more supers. Hunky dory on that. Okay, Sparky, let's get you loaded up. Cap on, in the back, pen in the sleeve. Okay, Sparky, okay, let's go home.